welcome back to the GNC Family Farms, as we say around here. What happens on the farm stays on the farm, but not today. We're gonna let it all hang out. Happy hump day! Hey, it's March the 25th of 2026. Whew. Well. It has been a busy week so far. Let's see. Monday, oh geez, what did I do on Monday? Finished up laundry, that was part of it. There was all kinds of stuff I did on Monday. And then yesterday, I finished the future chicken coop. It's not officially finished yet. There's one section left. Well, heck, I'll tell you what, just watch this and we'll be right back. Thought I'd show you our future chicken coop. Here we are. I put new base plate boards right there. Covered the flooring up. This is where they'll roost at night. I already have one. It's already in their old chicken coop. And the second one is going to be built. So I can lean it out there and they'll roost right there. And they'll come in here and lay their eggs and have a choice of colors. Last thing to be done is we got to build this out here. This is all got to be built out. So there'll be one straight shot. Hopefully that'll keep out any critters. But we put all of our garden supplies up here. The wife said, oh, the chickens are going to mess with that. Well, I'm hoping that they won't. But we'll see. I thought this would be a great space for it. If anything, I could always, I can build or put up a board across there. But I'm hoping with these three here, it'll help block them from getting up there. And around the corner here, I put two. Now this door here goes out to the back of our barn area, and I will take you out there and show you. Right outside the windows here is the garden area, to kind of give you a reference of where it is. I put that there yesterday, got that all boarded up. Filled this spot in right here. Like I said, the only thing left to do is get this done, and once we get this part done, then we'll bring them in. They'll be in here for several days. That way they will know that this is their new chicken coop area. And the old chicken coop, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I know that it's going to be removed from where it's at now. I just haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or tear it down. It's not really worth anything. So I don't know. I might use it to keep shovels, and I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it. I could put it in the back of the barn inside, because the roofing has a tarp on it right now, and it covers and it leaks water in. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with it. I haven't made that decision yet. But this door here goes out to where the rabbits are kept at. Turn this line off here. There's the old rabbies over there. Our meat rabbits. Getting that time of year where Miko stays outside more and more. Once we get official warm weather, he will be out there all the time. All right, let me take you out here. All right. This is where we put the new compost area. This Friday coming up, I'll be picking up a load of manure / mulch mix. And we'll be shoveling that in there, and yeah, that'll be our new topsoil for her raised garden beds. This is where we keep the wood chip drop mulch area. Hopefully we can get some more this year. Yesterday I moved the big tree that was laying across there. Miko eating a biscuit. Still got to get this tree cut up. Looking at a couple chainsaws because I need one that's going to be a large bar on it, so I can go cut through this big old tree here. All right, let's go around here. This is where I started building out. I got a call today, a place, because I need to see if I can get a dump load of fill dirt. I just ran out of spots to get dirt. I mean, I could dig up a big hole, but yeah, it's not gonna work unless I had like an excavator, so I could, you know, really get down in there and pile up the dirt. So with them two doors there, they latch up there with a chain. That's all we need to secure it at night. I still might put a latch on it, but I'm building this up. It's really solid right now. I smashed it down with the bucket every couple loads that I brought in. And like I said, I'm just going to work my way out here to right there where that old fencing was at. It'll be leveled out here. It'll kind of just do like a slow slant like that. So yeah, it's looking good. Oh, here comes Milo. Hello, Milo. Wow. Oh, poor Milo. And here's where we're starting to put the tarps down so we can start building out the raised garden beds. We probably won't get them all done this year, but if we get this whole side done, that would be awesome. I don't know, we'll just have to play by ear and see what we can do. I'm hoping to get them all done this year, but you know, it's a progress. You know, I'm not going to kill myself if it doesn't get all done. I know the little lady probably won't be happy, but you know, that's just part of life, and you know, that's just part of life. I got to get some press board and put it up there on these two open spots, and the one behind that tarp, I want to take that tarp down. I'm not too worried about down below, but these big open spots need to be covered. And then this was all storm damage that we had over here. This all will be filled in top to bottom, all the way down. Yep, I'm not even worried about taking down the tarp. I'm going to leave it where it's at. Well, except for this part down here that's all ripped up. I'll probably rip that down, and that piece right there. But that one there I'll probably keep. Miko's going crazy because of Milo. There goes Milo. I was like, please go. This little room, you probably see in a lot of videos, there's a big refrigerator. There's a door behind that refrigerator, and that goes to this. The plan is next year is to get goats. Not this summer. It's just not going to happen. There's too much other stuff going on. But this here I'm going to cut out, make a milking room. It's a perfect size for it. Once I get it cleared out and get it all cleaned out, just like I did the back area there where the chickens will be in their new home. I'm going to put a door right here, frame it in, put a door, and then that'll be the milking room. I can bring the goats right into here and bring them up and milk them, and then they can go back over here to their little area. All right, well, look at the beautiful tulips. Spring is here, but it sure doesn't feel like it. We'll be 70 tomorrow with severe storms moving in our area. And then it will be back down in the 20s. Yeah, one day it's 70, 80 degrees. Next day it's 20. Go figure. But they're so pretty. Aren't they just so pretty? All right, back to the studio. Like I said, that one section there needs to be done. And then it'll be officially done. And then we can move the girls into that one, leave them in there for several days. That way they know that that's their new chicken coop. The funny thing about that video, sorry about that, allergies. The funny thing about that video is I went to look at that video because I had already done that video. But for some reason, it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. It wasn't even in, because you know how in your camera settings or your gallery settings, you have it in the trash. Even Google Photos. I looked there because it's all backed up to there. Couldn't find that clip or that video anywhere, so I'm like, what happened to it? I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I even thought I downloaded it to the main computer, and I went there and looked, and I'm like, well, there's no video there, so I'm like, what happened to it? Yeah. Mysteries of life, right? Still got to sand the rest of the table up. I just, like I said, the chicken coop takes priority, just because the setup they have right now is doable, but with that being said, we need to close that out, and make their new home in here. And that way in the mornings when I get them out, they can, what was I going to say? That way they're in the back of, now I'm not saying they'll stay back there because they go all over. They even go up and visit some of our neighbors. But they don't care, you know, because we were like, hey, if there's ever a problem, let us know and we'll figure something out. So, not a problem yet. We'll see. All the cats around here, even ones that are not our cats, they just sit there and watch them. They don't do anything to them. I really thought we by now have lost one or two, but we haven't lost any. So, but I do like to get them moved to the back so that way they stay back there in the back as much as possible. Hopefully. Let's see. Today I gotta straighten up the house. I got to do a couple of things and get this video up, of course. I'm gonna bring up a load of firewood. I can't believe I'm still talking about getting firewood at March the 25th. But you know, I've seen it. I've heard it snow. I've heard people say that it snowed on Easter before. So, could it snow in April? Yeah, I can see it because the crazy weather patterns we've been having. So, you know, one day it's 80 degrees, the next day it's, you know, in the teens, and I'm like, just like I lit the fire last night for the first time in a couple of days, and I was shocked that I had to light the fire. I'm like, I'm kidding. But it gets cool at night. Now tonight I'm not going to light it. It's only going to get down to maybe high 30s, 40s, low 40s. But I will have to do it Friday, Saturday through Sunday, I think it is. The temperatures are going to be very chilly. One day it's only going to get to low 40s. So, yeah. So I got to bring up a load of firewood. That way it's already up here. Don't have to deal with it. Tomorrow, as you heard me say in the video, we're underneath a high risk of severe storms for our area. So we're looking at some severe storms. Tomorrow, I got to go to a funeral to say goodbye to my aunt. And she was an amazing woman. She really was. She always, you know, she was always down to earth. You know, you ever meet one of the people that are just so humble? You know, and even if they're come, they made it their life, and they're just so. She was always so funny, and she always had a smile on her face. I can't say nothing negative about her because she was a really nice person and had a great heart. And she turned my uncle around. I kind of compare him to Johnny Cash, and she was like Jude Carter, because he was a honky tonkin' partier type guy. He had two sons, and she came into his life, and I couldn't believe how long they'd been married together. I was like, wow, how? Because it feels like, I don't know. I couldn't believe how long that they'd been married, and because I was reading their obituary, her obituary, and it said how long they'd been married. And I'm like, wow, they've been married that long, and I'm like, wow, but she changed his life around. I really have to say that she really did that. And I mean, he did. He changed his life too around. But she had a lot to do with it too. I think, truth be told. So tomorrow we will go there and say our piece and goodbyes and stuff like that. So tomorrow I'll be doing that. Friday. Let's see. Friday. What am I got to do Friday? I'll probably working on the sanding on the table and chairs. That's probably what I'll do Friday morning is work on that. My brother-in-law was wanted to come over today and do cut up the wood for the garden beds, and I'm like, today's not a good day because I did so much yesterday. I not only did I finish that up, I mean my hands were, I could sit around and go, well, I did this and this and this, and this will be so long. You'd be like, oh. If I might take a break from doing that, and then I go over here and do this a little bit, and then I go over here and do this a little bit. I got fresh water for the animals. I mean, fresh food, and there's so much that I do during one day. It's crazy, and yesterday was a work day, and I be honest with you, yesterday was a really nice day, and I thought, well, he'll show up, he'll be over, because he said he'd come over on one of the nice days. Well. Today is kind of cloudy. It's kind of gray outside. It's kind of one of them days. So today's not, it's not raining or anything, but, some say, well, you shouldn't say no to someone who wants to help you. Well, yeah, you're right, but you got to understand with me, if I would go into all that stuff today, do all that stuff today, plus what I did yesterday. Yeah, Thursday, tomorrow, would not be a good day to. I probably would be really hurting bad. I didn't sleep good at all last night, by the way. So today is just, after I get this done, I got to get the wood brought up, and then I got to go in the house and straighten up the house. We had Katie May, our dog. My wife and sister-in-law, she's got a Shih Tzu, male Shih Tzu, and so he's been over at our house for several days, and I think he came here on Sunday. It was Saturday he came, and the house is torn. Which I don't, it used to bother me with the dirty house, but when I'm out here doing all this stuff, and the last thing I want to do is go in there and clean, I just don't get to it. So on a day like today, it'd be a good day to do it, because, like I said, tomorrow I will go to the funeral, and then when I get back, it'll be time to pick up Carmen off the bus, and that'll be the day, because I got to drive an hour away to go to the funeral, so it's an hour away. So yeah, tomorrow's not gonna be a good day, and so Friday the wife will be back at home. She'll be off on Friday and Saturday. She has been at the center training new trainees. I guess how you say it. I want to say trainees. Um, New hires, I should just, we'll just play it that way. My wife's training new hires. Um, so, so today is a good day to get the house straightened up, sweep, mop. I'm probably not going to worry about dusting. I'll do that next week because we're going to have our family gathering and stuff. And if I get the table done Friday, I could start staining on Saturday. So that's the plan, is to stain it or finish sanding it and probably clean up all the mess, blow off everything, clean everything off, and then go in straight into dust or straight into staining the kitchen set, then get it set it up for, you know, to dry, and then hopefully maybe by Monday I can take it back in the house, start taking it in the house, take out the old table set, which that's going to be interesting because I never thought about it until I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he's like, yeah, you'll have to take them legs off before you get it in the house. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because I was talking about putting on the other leg, and he's like, well, you might as well wait till you get in the house. So, yeah, I didn't even think about that, so I don't know how it's going to work with taking that out the other table. The chair and the benches are not a problem. I'm taking them out to the back porch before. So that's not a big issue. I can get that out. But to turn, because the way our mud room is set up is there's the front door, right here's the stove. So when you walk in, it's kind of like an L shape, kind of awkward turning space. So yeah, I didn't even think about taking off the legs, but yeah, I might have to. I don't even know how to take them legs off, to be honest with you. Because the one was already off when we got it. Well, it was sitting on top of it, but yeah. So I'm going to have to figure out how to take off the legs, but I'm not going to do it until after I get done sanding it. So that video will be coming very soon of me from the beginning to the very end of this. It's just taken a long time to do it because, like I said, we had the storm, which knocked off the power for several days, and I was right in that, you know, motivation to get the table. I was cranking it. I was just like boom, 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 and then it just kind of stalled. And then we had all the cleanup from the chicken run that was all mangled up and destroyed by the wind. Then it was like, okay, I got to get in there and get that area cleaned out, start getting everything done, demo it, and then rebuild it back up to being useful for the chickens. So that project's almost done as far as because my brother-in-law, he said he would help with building that area out there you saw in the video clip. So that part will get done hopefully very soon. He wanted to work on the garden beds, but the garden beds, we will get to them when we can. But like I said, let's get this done, get this project knocked off. That way that's all done. And then I can get the chickens put in there, leave them in there for several days, so that way they know that's their new home. And that way we can move on to other things. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so that's pretty much the rest of the week. Like I said, tomorrow's funeral, and then Friday I'll hopefully start staining. I will get out here and sand this up, because like I said, I'd really like to get it in the house before Easter dinner, our family gathering. So hopefully I get it all done. Because like I said, if I have to, I can come out here at night and work staining it. So that's not, the staining's not that big of a deal. Sanding is what takes the longest. You know, it really does. You got to smooth out all the blemishes, and you got to make sure the wood's nice and smooth and looks good. We'll get that. We'll get it taken care of. If not, you know, maybe we can have it set up for another family event. Maybe think the next family gathering is Thanksgiving, so except for what we do outside at the gazebo, of course, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, and that kind of stuff we always do outside. Okay. I think that's it. I brought you up to speed. Yeah, that's it for this video. We appreciate you guys coming along and following us. I know they're not probably the most entertaining YouTube videos out there, but you know, it's our journey on this crazy thing we call life, right? And it's for our grandkids, great grandkids can see how, you know, the great grandparents were and what they created for future generations. You know, will our kids take over this legacy? I don't know. I can't honestly answer that. I be honest with you, I doubt it. It's like my one son, because I was talking to my other son, he's staying with them, and he said, well, I can come down there and help you. I can work the chainsaw. I love my kids. I love my boys. They've got this grit about them. They you know, it's a lot of talk but no action. And I'm like, well, I don't need another supervisor. I'm good. So I appreciate it. You know, like I thank them for the thoughtful gesture. But yeah, yeah. And the one that I was talking to, yeah. The very first year we moved here, that one tree, not the tree that's down on the ground, but the one over, the top of that fell the very first year we were here. And it was, we had a big wind storm come across, and it just snapped the top of that thing off, and it was big. And he happened to come. He was coming down. Them and his wife was coming down, and the kid, one of our well, at that time was grandson. They were coming down here for dinner, and he said, "Well, I'll go out there and help you." You know? He slowly disappeared on me. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. But anyways, as we say around here, peace, love, and joy comes from knowing our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I hope you all have a very blessed week. Tomorrow is Friday Eve, by the way. And I just hope God is blessing your lives richly. I'm going to leave out of here with this funny little video. And I hope you enjoy it. And we will see you on the next video.
I got my DUIs back when we were still earning them, okay? No, there was no Uber or Lyft, all right? If you're under the age of 28, you don't know what it's like to be stranded. You've never been at a house party and watched your DD black out. You've never seen that. You don't know how scary that is. Tyler promised us he was going to be sober. Tyler lied. Stuck at a stranger's house, you don't know how you're going to get home. You've never earned it, sleeping in a cold sunroom, using a rug as a blanket. It's terrifying. Y'all have been there. Laying in the floor, you're like, will sunlight ever come? I don't know. All y'all, if you're under the age of 28, you don't know what you get to go home when you want. Kings and queens of the Irish goodbye, you've never been stuck in a kitchen going through a stranger's pantry before. Because you couldn't leave, because you're stuck. And you'd go, this is Derek Stroop. He'd go, nice to meet you, Derek. I'm Jeff Turner. I'm Hannah's father. So why are we calling my daughter tonight? Y'all remember that? These kids are not built for that direct to communication. If that happened to one of y'all's kids, they'd hand you the phone. They'd go, Jeff wants to talk to you. Back in the day, we had to figure it out. Stay in the saddle. Send old Jeff a line, you know. I'd go, well, I was going to ask Hannah a question about math. And this was not Jeff's first rodeo. And Jeff would go, Derek, you're not going to believe this, but I'm pretty good at math myself. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. The only thing that would save you would be a mother in the background that would eventually go, Jeff, that's enough. Hannah's crying in the dining room. You don't know when to quit, Jeff. It's not funny to us. Then you got to hear a grown man get in trouble. These kids kids are good kids. You know, they've just never been bored. They've never sniffed bored. They don't have a clue what bored is. My nephew came up to me 3 weeks ago. He was on a hoverboard holding a tablet. He goes, Uncle Derek, I'm bored. And I go, Joseph, it looks like you're from the future, man. You look like the most unbored person I've ever seen in my life. They've never been bored. They've never rode in the back of a car on an 8-hour family trip with no electronics, looking out the window going, if we play I Spy again, I'm going to kill myself. They don't know what bored is. We were tough kids to ground. I was already playing with the minimal amount of toys. When you grounded me, I was going to figure it out. We take these kids' tablets and they're like, hey, I'm going to jump off a bridge. I grew up a bus rider. I think that helped mold who I am. I mean, being a bus rider back in the day, that is a real sample of what the world is going to be like. You car riders, y'all didn't have the same childhood. I know car riders, when I meet you, your hands are soft. You didn't have the same childhood. Your car riders, your day started off with a high five and a Lunchable. The last thing you saw was a minivan full of love. Bus riders, our day started off with death threats. Derek, if you miss the bus, I'm going to beat your butts, huh? And then we'd go down to that driveway and just take rain to the face. I grew up way out in the country. My bus was K through 12. The whole school was on one bus. It should not be that way. I grew up fast. I was a 3rd grader sitting next to 10th graders. It should not be that way. I was hearing things I didn't understand. My little Christian ears couldn't comprehend the words I was hearing. No, this is a true story. I got off that bus one time. I went right to my father, and I go, hey, Dad, for Christmas, I want 2 hand jobs. I go, I'll cut the grass, whatever you want to do, but everybody that's had one on the bus, Dad, man, they love them, man. I feel like Kansas is the flattest place I've ever been. Every prison in the country should be in Kansas. You could watch an inmate run away all weekend. Could you imagine the conversation in the guard tower? He's like, listen, Jason, don't shoot him. I like to watch him give up. Yeah, there's nothing out there. He's scared to death, man. He's running back toward it.
See the sunrise on the land, fields of gold and rolling hills built by God's own hand. There's a Bible on my table and a flag out by the gate. In this land of faith and freedom, we stand up proud and pray. This is Jesus' country, where the eagle flies